JT, what's up, dude? Go on, Kate. Zach, what's up, dude? Doug, what's up, brother? Dustin, what's up? Rod, what's up, dude? Blaine. Jay, howdy, man. Sean, what's up, buddy? Caught my new PB, 5 pounds, 3 ounces. That's cool, dude. For the longest time, my PB was 5.5, so. Dave, what's up? OG, top notch. Matt Sanders, go on, dude. What is up? Go on, Jay. Dang, I haven't seen you in a minute. What's going on? What's going on, Kate? See ya. Alan Hopper, what's up, dude? Appreciate the $2. Appreciate the donation. And I always mention this as soon as I see the first donation. I always do a Sunday Night Live Super Chat giveaway. Everyone that donates is put into a little giveaway at the end of the video after it's done being processed. I go through the names. We pick a winner. And we have 5 packs of Milespawn tonight. Exo Swim. Check this out. We got the new packaging for the Exo Stick. Vile Crawl. Vile Bug. Plasma Tail. So 5 packs of base. You're entered in a little giveaway if you do the little donation through Super Chat. Let's see here. Where are we at? JT, frog, buzzbait, or whopper popper, or wake bait. Man, I love throwing the rage toad. For me, that's what I'd go, rage toad. Table rock sucked. Only caught 5 fish, all 12 inches. Hey, dude, at least you caught something, man. How about winning the Classic? I tell you what, that was pretty cool. I didn't get to watch it as much as I would have liked to. But there's no way that a lot of those guys, went to Major League Fishing. But I think after fishing the Classic, being in that type of event again, those guys have to miss that. There's way more excitement, needing that big fish than all those jokers with MLF. And I thought it was even funny. I think day one, Van Dam couldn't find his call tags. And Zona said something about, I guess he hasn't had a call in a while, because you don't do that MLF. But, that's what I'd much rather watch the elites over MLF. I think it's much more excitement when those guys need that big fish to pull off a win, What's going on, Jay? Appreciate it, buddy. Days are getting longer. Spring is almost here. No joke, dude. I was off today. We went to church and all that, and came home. I pressure washed the patio. And I'm getting things ready for spring as well, so I'm pretty pumped about that. Justin, what's up? Go on, Derek. The PB Dab, what's going on, buddy? You're entered in the giveaway. Appreciate the $1.99. What's going on, Ranger? Daryl, appreciate the $10, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Zach, appreciate the $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Been killing it on the Exo Swims, spotting beds all weekend. They're moving on up. Cool deal, dude. Glad you're liking the Exo Swim. And, I won't be spotting any beds in the muddy water that I fish, but I'm definitely ready to get out there. I should be out there Wednesday and Friday this week, so. You were glued, Dustin. Let's go on, Cabin Outdoors. Heavy Arms, appreciate the $1.99. You're entered in the giveaway. Went fishing today. Didn't catch any tips. I'm in Kentucky. I don't know what your water temps and everything like that are, buddy, but I'd imagine we're probably probably high 30s, low 40s right now. And fish are definitely wanting to move up, but they're still sluggish. So just give us some time. Eventually the bite will pick up. Normally 50 degrees is kind of like the magic number. Normally fish will really start moving up, get active, and you can start getting on a good bite. That's why I never really rush out to fish cold, muddy water just because it's no good. So normally around 50 degrees or so, I'll start getting on. That was the longest weigh-in in history of bass fishing. I traded all my junkie lures to my friends for good ones. Well, there you go, dude. Gregory, what's up, dude? TJ, how does the MFL League anglers fish in the Classic? Isn't that a different league? And this is because my top spinner, they qualified last year. So they were able to fish this Classic. Now, they can't qualify, obviously, for the next season because they're not fishing the elites anymore. So that was just the guys that qualified from last season, got to fish the Classic for the last time. Water temp still low 40s. Just got in. What's the giveaway? J Pops. All right, anyone that donates in Super Chat, the giveaway is Bile Spawn Plasma Tail, Bile Crawl, Bile Bug, Exo Stick, Exo Swim. So it's like what? 6 times 5, about $35 or so worth of baits. If you do donate, you're entered in the giveaway. What's going on, Greg? Got my PD of Hartwell last week. 412 or PB. That's cool, dude. I've seen bluegill beds here in East Central Illinois. Don't remember even being able to see a bass bed. No kidding, Rod, dude. It's, man, with all the rain. I mean, it's always muddy here anyways. With all the rain, it's like, yeah, it's terrible. You can just see the mud swirling. Old Ohio Angler. What's going on, dude? Appreciate you tuning in. Top Notch. That's right. Listen to Top Notch. Don't forget to hit that like button. Oh, they can qualify for the opens too? I didn't know that. Summer fishing the opens. I live in Illinois. To what lure do you start right after ice out or small pond? Normally, probably a lipless or a chatterbait. Any of you guys seen those thunder crickets from Striking? And I'm working with TackleFreaks, so I was hoping they would have already carried the thunder cricket. They don't have it in stock yet. I know a majority of them on Tackle Warehouse are already out of stock, but I'd like to get those, try them out. I've seen a video where Cody Meyer was talking about them, and they could be pretty good. What's going on, Drew? Had snow last night, but getting warmer here in the Quad Cities. Mississippi River is up to almost 18 foot. Wow. Yeah, I think we're pretty much out of the colder weather. We have a few days coming up that are below freezing, but I think all in all, it's pretty good. Days are like, what, 50s or so? So I think we'll warm up here pretty good. Rage Minutes have good action. I love the Rage Minutes. That's one of my go-to trailers on a swim jig. I've used them on chatterbaits as well, spinnerbaits. Pretty good action. It's not crazy like like a Vile Crawl kicks pretty hard. Rage Crawl kicks pretty hard. They still kick, but they're a little more subtle compared to like a Rage Crawl. It's kind of like if you were to take like a Vile Bug or like Structure Bug and swim those. It's probably just a little more kick than those. Have you had a chance to review the Corrado TC? I haven't even opened up it. I got it in the other day. So, and I won't review any of the new reels that I got this year to review. I'll use them majority of the season before I even review them. I'm not going to tell you guys they're good and then they end up sucking. So the only two I'm going to review right away are the Loose Custom and Custom Pro. That's because I used them all last year. Hey, Doug, appreciate the $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Just bought the Cast King rod rack and watched your video on how to build it. Dude, those rod racks are awesome, dude. Pretty hard to beat that for the price. They go together really well. They seem really durable. And, you know, I always go to Bass Pro looking at their rod racks and things like that there. I mean, half of them are just falling apart, you know, on the shelf. So those Cast Kings, they seem pretty solid. Favorite new tech jig up? Probably the Pro Series or the Elite. I mean, they're both good. Pate, what's up, dude? Get a bigger hammer. What's going on, bud? Picked up an Okuma Nomad travel rod to keep in the truck for a few hours after work. Any experience with them? No, Zach, I haven't used them, buddy. That is probably something I do need to pick up. Keep a rod in the truck. Just left the weigh-in at the Classic. It was epic. That's cool, dude. Man, I'd love to go there some year. It's always obviously on a weekend where I got to work, so. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Baitman. Baitman and Cody Meyer did that video. Best $100 rod, $100 reel. SLX could be the $100 reel. I don't know. We'll find out. For $100, you guys know I love the Pro Qualifier. If it was me as of right now, I would probably spend the extra $30 and get the Tatula CT, but you can probably find that for $100. As far as rod goes, it's going to be hard to beat the EVX. You guys know I'm sponsored by Okuma. But I joined Okuma because of how much I like those rods. So that's why I recommend them so much, because they are really that good in my opinion. EVX is like 109. Hard to beat that rod. I'm not sure if Shimano even makes the Compre anymore. I used to use that rod all the time. It was like 109 as well. Dobbins Fury. you know, a few good options for you. Opinion on the Helios SX, dude. I tell you what, I haven't used it yet. I just got them in a couple weeks ago, but a few upgrades from the previous Helios. A little bit bigger handle. It's got a different drag system to it, different braking system to it, more bearings. I mean, it feels like butter. So I'm really pumped to play around with it. As far as initial impressions, I would say it's going to be an excellent reel. I won't say, though, until I use it. But the TCS is a solid reel as well, so I'd imagine it's going to be fantastic. Tristan, appreciate the $4.99, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Hey, TJ, how's it going? Got a couple questions for you. First, what's your opinion on graphs? Second, what's your favorite jig brand? Jig, pretty easy. Got to be New Tech Lures. I love the new jigs. As far as graphs go, you guys know I don't fish really many lakes. I mainly fish like 3 lakes. And it's to the point, really, I know the lakes really well. I hardly even turn them on anymore. I turn them on, you know, to get water temperature and things like that. But as far as the newer graphs, I'm not really the guy to ask for that, just because I'm kind of familiar, but I don't really keep up with this stuff just because I don't really have any intentions on upgrading my graphs anytime soon. So I tell you, Bass Geek, if you like Humminbird, he's got a lot of great videos on those. Definitely check him out. Little late, what did I miss? Not too much, but we talked about the giveaway, 5 packs of Biospawn, Super Chat giveaway. We talked about the Classic, not too much yet. See, I don't want to say your last name wrong. Del Sandro, I appreciate the $2, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Love the vids. Oh, no, we got a joker up in here. Yeah. Where's your chair? Go get you a chair, dude. Your Daiwa tattoo is $129. It's worth the extra $29, or just wait for the sale. Yeah, I agree with Dustin. I mean, it really is hard to beat the Tatula for the price. Colton Owens, appreciate the $1, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. $100 rod, Phoenix Maximum. That's $100. Yeah, dude, it's hard. I mean, these days, I mean, if you get a $100 reel, $100 rod, you're pretty much getting decent equipment. I mean, I wouldn't complain. Mez Rebel Outdoors, what's going on, dude? Tom, appreciate the $2, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. American Legacy Fishing has the 6 combo for $139. Oh, that's a Lex combo. That would be a good deal. Northern Bass, what's up? Shimano makes an SLX rod. That's $100. Yeah, like I said, I just got the reel in. Haven't even opened it up, so I'm not going to say if the gear is any good or not. But I mean, I haven't seen a bad review yet on the reel. And Shimano's always put out good products, so I'd imagine the rods are just as good. Helios TCS, killer reel again. I'm sure the SX is an upgrade from the TCS. So if you're going to spend the $200 on the TCS, I'd go with the SX if you're talking about reels. If you are talking about rods from earlier, those rods are $139, but I think you can find those for around $100 as well. But it's a lot easier to get the EVX for $109, so that's why I mentioned that rod, if that's what you're talking about. JB, we got 96 people in here, only 29 thumbs up, though. We can do better than that, guys. Jeff Holland, appreciate the $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Late for the show. Too much time watching the Classic today. Had to take a break. Dude, I didn't get to watch the Classic all that much between work and things like that. But, man, I really do miss watching all those guys competing together. I haven't watched MLF all that much. But you can definitely see that the bigger fish, it was just more exciting to me watching those guys see how a bigger fish really, you know, has an impact on their day, where, you know, MLF, just a bunch of jokers, it's not that big a deal. I'd much rather watch the elites, especially after watching, you know, some of the Classic today. When using a swim jig in shallow water, what weight do you usually, or what do you use? Ever use a quarter? Quarter or 3/8. I rarely use half, just because I'm trying to keep it above some grass or something like that. But yeah, quarter 3/8 is perfect. Oh, I nailed it. Good deal, dude. Anything worth purchasing during the Classic Tackle Warehouse or other website? Scott, I haven't seen too much. The one that I'm interested in is the Thunder Cricket from Striking. Rod Roll Bass Geek and Fish the Moment, both great on electronics. Dustin, yeah, he has gotten pretty big, yeah. Phantom Fishing in the house. What's going on, dude? Sucks you didn't get to make it to the Classic, dude. Doug, I know you don't normally have vacations or chance of taking a week off. If you could, though, how early would you prepare for a week-long fishing trip? Doug, that's a great question, and since I probably would never get the opportunity to do that. I never really thought about it, but I'd imagine I would at least want a couple of weeks to make sure that reels are ready to go, new line, I got the right gear, things like that. So I would say at least a couple of weeks. What's one of the better gear ratios to look for when getting a pole? 6-speed is what I use the most. And I kind of going against the grain as far as what the fishing industry is kind of going towards these days. Everyone wants those high-speed reels. And I totally get the advantage of a high-speed reel. You can catch up the fish much faster. If you're pitching and flipping, you get your bait back to you more times in the water. Obviously, more times, there's better chances you have to catch a fish. But for how I like to fish, crankbaits, chatterbaits, spinnerbaits, a lot of reaction type baits, I tend to reel too fast the way it is, so I like a slower gear ratio reel to help slow me down. And two, if you're say you're fishing a swim jig up in the grass, you have way more power when you get hit with a 6-speed versus a 7-speed or an 8-speed. So for me, 6-speed is the way to go. When I try a new reel, majority of the time, I'm getting a 6-speed just because I know it's what I'm going to use the most. I can always speed it up. I can slow it down. It's right there in the middle. For me, it's just a happy medium. But majority of the guys these days are all using 7 and 8 speed reels. And again, it's just not for me.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Mike. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Would you guys like to say hi?
Oh, hi. What's up?
They look so excited to be in here. All right.
Favorite questions. Do that. Okay.
Only negative I've heard about the SLX is the lack of external brakes. Okay. You haven't even opened them up, Doug. I'll check them out. Let you guys know. Got any tips for a first-time bait cast fisherman? I tell you what, I did a video for Mystery Tackle Boxes on their channel. Actually, in the other video I did with them, this dude right here, he got on the Baitcaster right away in that video. If you set it up like I do, a lot of guys will tell you to leave the tension knob a little bit loose. If you make it tight enough like I did in the video, you don't even have to thumb the spool. Get used to the reel, and it'll just be much easier for you. Once you get comfortable with it, then you can loosen it up. But if you watch the video I put on their channel and the one I made with these clowns here, how to use a Baitcaster, no doubt in my mind you'll be able to do it probably within the day. Where do you hit the thumb up? So, Dustin, I'm not sure you can even do it on cell phones, buddy. Do you drop shot in your muddy lakes? If so, mainline leader. Not too often. I do every now and again. Normally I throw like 10-pound test. I throw probably 10 the most. Either 8 to 12. Again, 10 being the most. If I'm going to throw a shaky head, again, 10, 12. Again, drop shot, probably 10. I don't go down to 8 too much. Again, I don't think it makes that big a deal in that muddy water. So usually 10-pound test is what I go with. I've even done straight braid as well. Appreciate it, Ben. Most times the winner of MLF would have had the biggest 5. Yeah, I think it's just more exciting, though, when they know they need that big fish, Because if a dude needs a 5-pounder or he gets a 5-pounder, somebody else can be around the corner catching 5 jokers, and it means the same thing. I like it when they know they're down 3-4 pounds and they need that kicker. Just to me, it's more exciting to watch, Andrew, what's up, dude? Blue Boy, appreciate the $2, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Anyone just tuning in, if you do donate in Super Chat, we have a little giveaway today. 5 packs of Biospawn lures. Anyone that donates is entered in the giveaway. They said, what's up, little dudes? You got both boys now. Yeah.
Hi.
I can't shake these dudes. Opie, appreciate the $2, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. All right, here's a question for one of you guys.
I'm doing it.
What is the best weapon in Fortnite?
Hamster ball.
Legendary Scar, if you know how to aim.
Hamster ball.
Legendary Scar, if you know how to aim. He was trying to answer that like really cool, I think, too.
Hamster ball.
And hamster ball, whatever that is.
2K.
What's going on, Joe? I am prepping for my week at Cherokee Lake. 3 weeks prep for me, getting boat ready, changing line, ready. Hey, dude. Good luck to you, brother. Hope you do well, man.
Everyone.
Have you seen the new Pro Nav angler product on the market? Wondering if you have came across that yet. Aftermarket spot lock. I have not. That's something I may want to look into, though.
Everyone.
Great video with Phantom Fishing. That video, the one that he put up on his channel recently, that video was hilarious. If you guys haven't seen Phantom Fishing. It could have been his latest video. Head over there, check it out, give him a sub. Great video. Got them anyway from Fortnite as a plus. I got them away from Fortnite, yeah. He said, no gray blades tonight. I know what he meant. No blades tonight, Mike.
What? Oh no, I'm
He didn't
going
say
right
it.
now.
No, we don't need no. We don't need no Beyblades down here.
I'm getting them.
Tell me you don't let the boys watch Parrot or Milken. No, Milken needs to watch his mouth. He cusses a lot, so no, I'll never let them watch him. But they don't watch a whole lot of fishing anyways. But yeah, I'm not a fan of him always running his mouth on there. Just because there's a lot of young kids that watch that, and like he's always cussing. See, what line and pound test are you going to spool up Bass Pro Qualifier 2? When I used those years ago, they handled pretty much everything I put on there. I used to run, 10, 12, 15, 17, 20, braid. I mean, they handle it all. I got 6 speeds on those. I'll probably run either 12 to 15 pound test on those. You can do it from the cell. Just have to hit the X out. Oh, X out of the comments, and it'll be right there. Okay, I got you. Favorite bait to throw first time out after thaw? Probably chatterbait or lipless. Yeah, I can't wait to get some of those thunder crickets. Those look pretty cool from striking. What line pound test do you use on spinning setup? Normally anywhere from 8 to 12 fluorocarbon. You're awesome. Your boys are growing up. My son is 5 months. He'll be catching more bass than daddy in no time. That's right, dude. I tell you what, they were both into it a lot, Jay, when they were younger, and they just both kind of faded out of it. But it would be nice if they would get back into it. They talk about it, but this guy hasn't got off his phone since he's been down here. The phone and video games, I think they just they'd rather do that than hang with dad these days. Oh, we got a new video game here.
Mm-hmm.
Question for you, two son: is Apex better than Fortnite?
No.
I don't play Apex.
Do you want to give him a reason why?
I think the mechanics in Apex...
Get them blades out of here.
I think Apex...
Nah.
Apex's command...
Surprising.
I think Apex's mechanics are absolutely stupid. So.
Apex mechanics are stupid. Frank, appreciate the $2, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Again, everyone just tuning in. Super chat giveaway. If you donate, you're entered in the giveaway. 5 packs of basketball and baits. I tell you what, we got 115 people on here. Let me ask you guys something. We talked about this in the last live stream. You guys were asking for Tackle Junkie apparel, which I've done it a couple times. I know the performance gear that I used the time before was expensive. Again, there was really no money to be made in that. And I didn't really do it to make any money. On those shirts, there was $5 profit, which I told you guys before. I never even seen any of the profit, never seen any of the money. Wasn't a big deal. But I know they're expensive. He was trying to do everything made in America. So, again, that's why the prices are so high. But right down the road from me, there's a lady that does, schools and things like that. I went in there and talked to her. A 50-50 blend t-shirt with my logo on it, $18 plus shipping. And then I think it was the performance long sleeve shirt. It had some sun protection in it. I believe those were $25 plus shipping. Let me know if that is what you guys want, if that is affordable to you guys. And those prices are based on if I sell so many of them. She's giving me a discount. So if I don't sell that many of them, then I got to eat the difference, which is fine. But if you guys want Tackle Junkie apparel, either put a bunch of number ones in the comments or just let me know so I can go ahead and do that this week and get some stuff ready for you guys. It'll be on their website if that's what you guys want to do. But I think it's cool that you guys want to wear my logo around. But again, let me know for sure that's what you want to do before I go ahead and do that. Another Fortnite question. What is Fortnite?
Got it.
It is a battle royale game.
It is a big waste of time.
No, well, it's a battle royale game where you're in a lobby with 100 people, and the goal is to be the last man standing.
Last man standing.
Okay, surprisingly.
Get the blades out here.
One of YoloTek mixed with Kayak.
All right, we were just trying. We were being nice. We really don't care.
I think we're.
Northern Bastard, yeah, dude, he does need to watch his mouth. There's a lot of guys that cuss on here, and I'm just not for that. The picture I sent you yesterday of that bass was caught in 46-degree water. I didn't think they were going to be hitting that good without having 50-degree mark. Yeah, dude, that's pretty good, man. That's like a bonus fish, That was a beast. Oh, man, Wolfpack. Is it you up on here?
Yep.
Best line for 3/8 half-ounce spinnerbait. Majority of the time, 15-pound test. Either mono or fluorocarbon is what I use majority of the time. What bait are you most excited about to use in 2019? I got some square bills coming from Excite Baits. I think they have a tungsten knocker in them. I'm pretty excited about that. And I think the square bills that I do the most or the best on have that kind of one knocker rattle. And those square bills are something different, so I'm pretty excited to play around with those.
I have a question.
We don't care.
What is your best rod?
Best rod, cranking rod. You can ask me later.
What's your favorite?
We're way
bait?
backed up here.
What's your favorite bait?
Yeah, you can.
Do you have a video on changing crankbait hardware, hooks, and split rings? I do. I got quite a few videos on that. If I think about it, I'll leave it in the description of this video when it's processed. But yes, I do have a few videos on that. Weightless Senkos you can throw on casting gear like a Yamamoto just because they have enough salt in it. Yum Dingers, again, those have enough salt in it where you can throw them weightless on a baitcaster. 12, even 15-pound test. Luke, appreciate the buck, buddy. You're interested in the giveaway. Yeah, Rod, yeah, he always uses bad language, dude. Ever since I've been watching him, I don't watch him too much anymore just because of his mouth. But he's always had bad language. Hats and hoodies. I talked to her about hats. Hats are for some reason being more expensive than that. I think the hats were going to be around 20-something bucks, $25 for a hat, something like that. It could even been 30. I don't remember. I'm just going to start with t-shirts and the long sleeve performance, see how it goes, if you guys really want the stuff before I put any more money into it. Again, there's not a whole lot of turnaround or as far as money goes to get back on this deal with the price we're selling them at. And I know the hat, I had to put money out to be able to have her transfer my logos to some program, and it was just more expensive to do that. I just want to make sure that you guys buy the stuff before I put more money into it. And again, if you guys say you want it, then you don't end up buying it. It's not a huge deal. I'll eat it, but again, I just want to make sure before I put money into it.
Which one's better? Surprising?
It wouldn't be a live stream without the blades. That's right.
Which one's better, Surprising or Valtriac?
Neither. Yet. Joseph, appreciate the $5, buddy. You're into the giveaway. Two things. If you have sponsors, glad you don't push it on live streams. Went fishing yesterday, 9 bass total with 3 pounds. Dude, that's awesome. Good deal, buddy. Think about I do have sponsors. And again, I tell you what, Okuma is one of my bigger sponsors. And I can tell you right now, they're not very happy that I'm using other reels this season, but I'm trying to be true to you guys. Not everybody wants to use a Okuma reel. It's what I like to use. But again, I went out and got a bunch of different reels to review for you guys. You're going to get my honest opinion with it. Again, even with Biospawn, I use other soft plastics as well. I don't really sign any exclusive deals because I want to use what I want to use. And the reason I'm with certain companies is because I like the stuff. I used it, then we worked the deal out after I was already using it. So anybody that's on here, if they're already using something, then they have the opportunity to join the company to either get a discount, free product, or whatever the case may be. You're going to take it because you're already buying the stuff. So that's pretty much all the deals that I have here. I was already using this stuff, so why not take the deal because I'm going to buy it anyway. So yeah, try and be pretty truthful with that, so you guys know if I say something's good, it truly is good. Adam, I appreciate $2.79, buddy. You're interested in the giveaway. A little late that I missed anything important. Now, Luke, we're just kind of BSing. Long sleeve, I am in for 25. Bunch of number ones. I'll trade you a long sleeve for a long sleeve. Phantom Fishing. I made an order for 3 shirts from you, and I just got them the other day. I have not opened the box yet, but I did order a few from you. I think it was 2 long sleeves and a t-shirt I got from you. Bunch of ones. Hey, man, when can we buy long sleeve shirts? I want one for sure. Adam, I'm just making sure. I went and talked to her last week. I wanted to make sure that you guys want the stuff before I invest some money into this. So it looks like everybody's wanting it, number ones here. So I'll go ahead and talk to her this week. We'll get the website set up on their website. I'll give you guys the link. And if you guys want to order again, you can. Reasonable price. Appreciate the $2. I don't want to butcher your name here. KRBLYTHE. I don't want to butcher your name. Appreciate the $2. You're interested in the giveaway. Joe, you're in for both. Appreciate it, brother. Doug, hat and t-shirt. I play for Fortnite with my kids, so he will think I'm cool. I tell you what, I play Mortal Kombat every now and again. I think did you just pre-order that?
Mortal Kombat 11, I'm gonna get Shokan because I pre-ordered.
I think Mortal Kombat 11. He just pre-ordered that. I do play that every now
I
and
play
again.
Mortal Kombat X.
He used to whoop everyone in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, back in the day, man, Mortal Kombat. That was my game. I was unbeatable. At one time. Scorpion was my man.
Yeah, and since I pre-ordered it, I got Shokan. If you
And
guys know who that is.
Went fishing with Phil. Went fishing yesterday. 38-degree water. Nothing but felt good to be out. Yeah, dude. I wouldn't even. I probably wouldn't even attempt that. You're a bigger man than I am. I fish in muddy water, so I give it a couple weeks when you thaw out here, just to let it warm up because I already know the results. When it's 38 degrees, I already know I'm coming home with the big 0. What water temperature do bass typically spawn? Usually around low 60s or so. Some say upper 60s, low 60s. Hi there. I make custom jigs and I want to know if you have a P.O. box to send you some and get your opinion on them. I do not, bud. If you contact me on Facebook or Instagram, we can work something out there, but I don't have a P.O. box.
Can I answer the next question, Dad?
Answer the one from Phantom.
How many chores have you done to pay for V-Bucks?
I don't know, 50.
They did pick up the dog mess today, so.
Can I get 1,000 V-Bucks?
You know you're not getting 1,000 V-Bucks.
Try what they played, but I already got those. Never mind. I already got 30.
Have you ever tried black blue skirted spinnerbait in your dirty water? Yeah, from time to time. I don't, it's something I throw more late evening when it's just starting to get dark or things like that. But like if it's sunny or cloudy, things like that during the day, I typically don't pick up a black blue spinnerbait. The ones that I throw the most, it's called bling shad. In a way, it's kind of transparent, and you really wouldn't think that I would do that well with it in the muddy water that I fish. But you got to think it's really natural. I mean, it's really what the shad look like. So I guess they're used to seeing the shad look that way. So I mean, I do really well on it, even though you would think a brighter color like chartreuse and white, I hardly do good on that at all. I do better on the really natural color spinnerbaits. So yeah, I typically don't lean towards a black and blue.
The Beyblade question.
Devil's Horse. That's an old school bait. Yeah, I love the Devil's Horse. That's a good one. Lake Fort guy's been using some bad language here lately. Yeah, I don't watch him too much anymore. I used to, like, way back in the day, and then I think he kind of changed it a little bit, so I don't care for him really too much anymore. What do you know about the Daiwa Tatula CT Type R? That's an awesome looking reel. I'm assuming you're talking about the red and black one. I haven't used them in a while. I still got a couple of them. I used to use them years ago. I don't even remember the difference between that one and this regular one anymore. It could have been maybe a better spool bearings or something like that. I bought them. To be honest, I bought them because they looked awesome. That's the only reason that I bought them over the regular, CT. But I thought it had better spool bearings or something like that was the difference. But I mean, it was an awesome reel.
Finish him.
Yeah. Get over here. Do you like Lew's fishing reels? I have the Lew's Mach 1 and 2 Baitcasters and a Lew's Supersonic spinning combo, and I like them a lot if you want to try them out. I have a handful of Lew's reels I'm going to be trying this season. Last year I tried the Custom Pro. Love them both. I'll be reviewing those here really soon. Favorite retired discontinued bait? Probably, I mean, they still make it in a rattling, or they still make it in a silent. Probably the Storm Arashi square bill, the rattling. Like I said, they discontinued the rattling. They only make the silent. I wish the rattling was available again. Naruto is awesome.
I love it.
The worst thing in the world.
I'm in it for a shirt and hat. Can't beat Scorpion. I went out today and got skunked water. Was low 40s. Favorite braided line, Sunline FX2.
Oh yeah, if you guys didn't know, Baraka is going to be in this Mortal Kombat.
Baraka, I do like Baraka. He's a pretty good dude. JP's 530. Appreciate the $2.99, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Things are going pretty good here. I had the day off today. Spent some time with the family. Pressure wash the patio. I'm off again tomorrow, which is awesome. I'm going to get some fishing gear ready to fish on Wednesday and Friday this week. Again, appreciate the $3. You're entered in the giveaway. All right, dude. Yeah, message me on Instagram. There are some sales on Okuma at Tech Warehouse. You guys seen that, dude? I can't wait to get that Thunder Cricket. That thing looked pretty cool. What's your thoughts on the SLX? Just bought one, haven't used it. I haven't even opened it up. I bought both of those reels. You guys wanted me to review those, picked them up. Haven't even opened them up. I haven't seen a bad review yet on the SLX, so I'd imagine it's going to be pretty good.
They're over here.
Hey, Jim, got to try out my new Pro Qualifier 2 this week. I love it. Thanks for the tip. No problem, buddy. That is a killer reel. If you got a $50, man, you got to steal. Awesome reel.
Can I read the next one?
Go ahead.
You and Bass Geek are about the only ones I watch anymore, as I think the others have definitely gotten away from the roots of being authentic anglers.
Can I read that one?
Yeah, I've noticed that as well, Joseph. And yeah, I just try and keep it real. And like I said, I do appreciate you guys watching the videos and everything. And I do appreciate the comments like that as well.
Can I read it?
A lot of guys say you got to do the challenge videos and things like that to grow, which, yeah, it's true. You got to do what's trending. But yeah, I'm not really going to do stuff like that just to grow because that ain't me.
Every YouTuber nowadays just does challenges.
Can I read it?
Yeah, Michael, read it.
Did you get the limited edition Pro Qualifier 2 or the regular one? I got the limited edition, but I think it's blue and gray.
Can I read that one?
Go ahead and read that one, Mike, from Steven.
Wait, right there.
Bought Daiwa CG80HS for $50, and it got a free Daiwa rod today at the Classic. Dude, that's a killer deal, man. Here, read this one from who's this person right here? Who's that? That's my mom. Another great live stream.
What is up, Gina?
What's going on, Hank? Did you try out the Ike flip out jig? I have not, Colton. Picked up some Storm 360 search baits at Bass Pro. Any experience with them? I have not. I've seen them actually. I think Walmart carries those as well, but I have not used those, Jeff. They do look pretty good.
I'll read the next one.
They had a gold color. Anything with gold, I usually try out. Gold works really well for me. And they did have a gold color that I was really interested in. I'll probably end up picking that up.
Can I read the next one? You have strong willpower to not open those reels up.
Yeah, they're still sealed. The tape's still on them.
Can you guys have one Beyblade question? I want to read one.
We need one Beyblade question.
I need to read a Beyblade question.
We need a Fortnite gamer tag so I can.
A little late to the party. Did anyone mention an entire line of Okuma rods and reels are on clearance at Tech Warehouse? I'm not sure they're on clearance. There's a lot of things that are on sale, and it looks like they're on clearance, but I don't believe they are. Do you like Rapalos? I like them, and some of the jointed 11R are getting rare now, especially the gold ones. Tell you what, probably the mid-depth divers, DT6, DT10s, that's probably my go-to mid-depth crankbait. I don't really own many other ones. I like those that much to where I use those almost exclusively. I got a lot of the shad wraps and things like that. So yeah, I use Rapala quite a bit. Man, it's TJ keeping it real. I'm doing my best, buddy. What's going on, Leroy? I'm going to challenge you to catch a fish.
Challenge me that.
What is Beyblade?
Hey, Phantom, are you free Friday? We might be heading up Lake X. What is Beyblade?
I know what these things.
What, we got 3 waters in there?
I'll show you. You grab this, you put it on like that.
Yeah, you put it on like that.
But that's really no explanation. So thanks, Mike. Appreciate it, bud.
Shut up. You put it on like this.
Goldie, what's up, dude?
And then you rip it.
What do you think of the Okuma Helios TCS? Have one on way, hoping it's awesome. I love it, man. I've been using those for a few years. It's a reel that I can't say I find anything that it can't do. Lighter lures, heavier lures, all different pound tests, the braid. And once you set the internal brakes, I mean, it's pretty much good to go. Like I said, I think I keep mine on 3 or 4. Just the tension knob every once in a while, but it truly is a solid reel.
Oh, Michael's got another one.
What do you challenge in Beyblade?
What do I challenge?
Who do you challenge?
Anyone.
Basically, it's all of his friends.
Yeah, we all Beyblade.
Appreciate that, Dustin.
Do it anytime.
Do you have the arena for blades? Unfortunately, we have a few of them that
Yes.
I've had to waste money on. Yes.
Oh, be quiet. You waste money on reels you already have.
Oh, stop. Got my Okuma reel this week. First one, it's Sweet Bud. Many more to come. Adam, you're gonna love them, dude. I can't wait to spool up the SX. Cheers from Canada.
What?
How old do you think you will be when you no longer have interest in Beyblades?
Michael.
50.
50.
Me and video games.
They've gone through so many things, but the fingerboarding and
Oh, that was bigger than
Hot
that.
Wheels, Connects. I mean,
I'm still in Hot Wheels.
I give it a week.
I give you a week.
Yeah, all Okuma rods. Yeah, they're on sale right now. I
What?
like. Don't say it out loud, but I like Tanner's. I like Tanner's. I like his question there.
Beyblades are.
Do you like swim baits or glide baits? I don't have many glide baits at all. Hey, shush.
Michael.
What are they called? The River to Sea S waivers. I just picked those up last week, or not last week. It was last year. Haven't even used them yet. I'll be using them here really soon. So right now, I'd say swim baits. So you're heading to Nashville for a concert. I'll be ready to smash monstrosities next Friday. Dude, not cool. Favorite Vile Bug color, Bama Crawl. Anyone just tuning in, we do have the giveaway super chat, 5 packs of Biospawn baits. Anyone that enters, anyone that donates is entered in the giveaway. What reels is Scott Martin going to go with since he's not with Okuma anymore? And do you think Favorite will make a signature series for him? I would imagine that they probably will. And I thought he was using Shimano reels. Do you like fishing with tungsten weights when fishing soft plastics? Yeah, that's all I use. I haven't used lead in years. I couldn't tell you the last time I used lead. Nothing wrong with lead. I just prefer tungsten. Now, I've never been to Nebraska to fish. Can't wait for Michigan to thaw. I've been driving to my local ponds every day to check. Yeah.
What?
What's going on, Jim? Appreciate the $2, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway.
Is that for me?
No.
Aww.
I caught my first bass 2019 today in 37-degree water at a pond on black and blue shock blade with a plasma tail trailer. Killer combo right there, dude. Hard to beat the plasma tail for a trailer. And nobody thinks to use a little finesse worm, but man, it's killer. What do you prefer, one-piece rods or two-piece rods? I would go with one-piece. I can't say I've ever even used a two-piece rod.
Yeah.
One piece.
Yes. That's the name of this game, One Piece.
Is it?
Yeah. One Piece.
One-piece World Seeker. Went to a local tech shop last Saturday, bought 3 Picasso and Viswire spinnerbaits and a pack of heads and the underspin attachments. That's cool, dude. Yeah, I love those Viswires.
Oh,
I use the .028. I like a little bit lighter wire. You get a little more vibration out of them. But even I think the bigger one is .0. Could be 3.2 or 3.5. Even that one still got a lot of vibration.
I have a question. When do you
If you have a question, ask Minnie.
When do you think your merch is going to be in stores?
It won't be in stores. It'll be down the street online.
Well, in the future, what time do you think you're...
How is your lakes doing? I haven't been to the ponds in a while. I'm actually going there Wednesday, and I'm going to take the boat out on Friday. So I'll let you know next Sunday. I'd imagine not good would be my my answer for that. Go ahead.
Do you use Alabama rigs? Yes, he does.
No, I don't.
What? I thought you did.
Oh, I've thrown them a handful of times.
Or do you use Texas rigs?
Texas rigs, right?
Oh,
I don't
I
neither.
thought it was Alabama. No.
I use neither.
How many Victory Royales do you guys have?
Probably over 60, 70.
I can't hear you.
60 or 70.
60 or 70. Mike, you probably
Well,
got
my
what,
friend-
0?
But I do have, but one of my
5 or
friends,
7.
but my friends does have more than two. One of my friends does have more than 200.
One of his friends has more than 200.
Oh!
Do I still use Dobbins rods? I have about a dozen or so behind you guys, and I'm going to use a few of them this year on some of these reels that I picked up. Like, I tell you what, I'm using the Concept Z. You guys wanted me to use that reel, try it out, give it a review. And I have the Dobbins DX 702. And I'm going to put it on that rod just because they're both orange. It's going to look killer. And I'm going to use that reel for more finesse stuff. I believe it's known for tossing lighter baits and things like that. I'm going to run 10-pound test fluorocarbon on that rod and throw, like I said, lighter shaky heads and things like that with it. That is my plan.
What's your plan?
Do you think Alabama rigs are reliable? I would think so. Again, I don't fish them that much. I really don't have a big opinion on those. But, I mean, I know guys use them a lot and catch a lot of fish on them. Do your boys use Baitcasters? And if so, what age did they start? My little guy does not. My oldest did. How old do you know? 12?
Yeah, basically.
He's basically 12.
Yay.
You've probably been using Baitcaster for what, 3-4 years?
Mm.
Oh!
Maybe when he was 8 or 9, he started using a Baitcaster. And yeah, he's pretty good on it, actually.
I'm both those age.
Went fishing for the first time this year. Felt good to get out. Yeah, even if you don't catch anything, it feels good to wet a line, man. Hit that like button, boys. That's right. Listen, top notch.
Nah. I can't.
The Slither rig, I have not used it. What's your favorite boat motor? I've only used Mercury. Got no issues with it. So
Dad, you can't thumbs up on phone.
Hey guys.
yes, they're saying you just have to exit out of the chat.
Yeah,
Then you
yeah,
can.
there's a chat. And hey, did you not see that? Thumbs up.
Oh,
Thumbs
by
up
the
in
way,
chat.
Dude, don't be
I
smart.
want big questions.
Don't be smart. I'll kick you out of this room. Don't be smart to my dudes.
I want big questions from people who actually want to
Just
pay.
saying.
Don't pay me.
These guys talk back to me. These are my true followers right here. You talk back to me all the time. Don't give my guys no crap.
You are. Well, that's
All right.
what you are.
Where are we at?
Somewhere.
Still waiting with my pocketbook for you to sell me some tackle.
Oh no.
I'll be loading the boat up here hopefully this week, so I'll be going through some things. So if I do have a bunch of stuff I don't use anymore, or whatever the case may be, I'll post some pictures and things like that. What swim baits would you use for Alabama rigs? Probably like something like 4-inch Exo Swim, probably a little Kayak 3.8, something like that. Little dippers, something like that is what I would use. Again, I don't have a whole lot of experience with them, but that's what I would go with first. Just look at that Thunder Cricket. It looks hot. I'm going to have to pre-order some. Yeah. I thought there was a few still available at Tackle Warehouse, but majority of them are back ordered or sold out, I think, till the 27th of this month. Favorite Shimano reel? I've used a lot of Shimano spinning reels. Haven't used Baitcasters. The two you guys seen in the thumbnail, I just picked those up. Haven't used them yet. So.
Any baby questions?
What do I think about the Classic? I think it was awesome. I'm going to miss it for sure. All the big guns not being in it next year. I guess there's still a chance that if you guys said that they can fish and make it through the opens. But if majority of them are not going to be in it next year, I'm definitely going to miss it. And I think, too, just watching those guys, I'm not sure what the reason or the main reason it is. A lot of those guys went to MLF. But I'm sure they're going to miss fishing that format. I mean, it's definitely it was cooler watching those guys fish differently when they knew they needed that kicker fish and things like that, where with MLF, you're not going to get that. So, me personally, I'd rather watch the elites over MLF. What's your boys' favorite baits?
KVD 1.5.
KVD 1.5. Michael, what's yours?
Something.
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 Hey, TJ, how are you and the boys doing? Just logged on after celebrating my B-Day. Happy birthday, Victor. We're all doing pretty good, buddy. We're all thawed out, starting to warm up here. We're all doing good. Can't wait to get on water.
Hit the thumbs up if you like Beyblades.
Sell me a Dobbins. I forgot you used to be with them. The Champ Extreme are great. Yeah, I like Champs Extremes. Yeah, they're all good rods.
Yeah, it's bait.
Were you watching the Classic? I watched it off and on today, off and on yesterday at work. Same with Friday. But I didn't really get to sit down and watch it steady. I was in church this morning. I would be lying if I said I didn't pan through my phone, checking it while I was even at church. But, yeah, I didn't want to miss it.
Seriously.
Top notch. Been following me for 5 years now. I appreciate it, buddy. Hope to teach my dad how to use a baitcaster. Yeah, Doug, I tell you what, the video I did for MTB, that's one of my, I think my better videos on the subject. If you need some help, show your dad that video.
Can I read one?
Go sit down.
Can I read one?
Sit.
Everyone roast the oldest for now. I don't do that.
Roast him? Okay.
I got a couple Bass Pro Shop baitcasters. What action length rods do you recommend for the 7-3 ratio? 7-3, when I'm talking a higher speed reel, I'm normally using the rod to work the bait. So with the 7-3, I would probably get 7 foot, 7'3", 7'2", something in that range. Probably medium heavy or heavy. I would use that for like Texas rigs, jigs, things like that. Frogs. So get yourself a frog rod. Rattle trap fishing. What's up?
Hello.
Opinion on JDM. I don't have a whole lot of JDM stuff. I mean, I think guys say that the reels and all that might be made better, or maybe different gear ratios. I know sometimes when reels are brought here, I know not all the gear ratios come with us. Sometimes you have to get certain gear ratios over in Japan and things like that. But again, I don't really have a big opinion on JDM stuff. I don't buy a whole lot of it. Jim, enjoy it all. they will be on their own faster than they can be believed. I tell you what, dude, they are growing up really fast. I mean,
Beyblades.
time is flying, man.
Questions.
I have not tried the gantry L. I have not.
Do you try to fasten it?
Jim, what's your take on flat-sided cranks? You throw them. I throw them colors again. Fish and muddy water, Greg. I throw chartreuse, black back, red craw, some type of gizzard chest, something with white, something like that. But I believe it's just it's more natural for the conditions. I fish them early spring when the water's pretty cold, and later fall again when the water's cold, cooling down and things like that. It's got a tighter vibration to it. Again, it's not a real wide wobble to it like a 1.5 with like a round body square bill. Again, I just feel it's more natural for the conditions, and I start out usually with a flat-sided square bill. Brands, Lucky Craft, 6 Cents, I think are the ones that I have. I use Dobbins every now and again. What brand line to use for braid? My favorite braid is Sunline FX2, Fluorocarbon. I like Cigar, Mono. I like Cigar, and I like Suffix. Dobbins Fury. I think I still have the 705 CB crankbait rod for the Fury. No, I'm not a hunter. Appreciate the $2, Jay. You're entered in the giveaway, buddy. Anyone just tuning in? We do have 5 packs of baits on the table for the Super Chat giveaway. There's the new packaging. You guys haven't seen that for the Exo Sticks. That's pretty cool.
If they were baits, they'd be better.
We don't want to hear about Beyblades, Mike.
Would you say me?
Mez, I'm loving the Ram Rebel. Actually, my wife, she just cleaned up all the interior for me here before the stream. So I'm sure she's not watching this, but big shout out to her. Yeah, I'm loving the Rebel. G Loomis rods. I can't say I've used them. That's a little more than I wanted to spend on a rod. They might be cheaper now, but when I was buying rods years ago, I did look at them and they were a few $100 in, $300-400.
I could buy Beyblades.
What's a good cheap way to get on the water? I'm 18, so I'm kind of broke. Should I look at a 90s glass boat, a newer aluminum Trek, or a kayak, or a modified John boat? Yeah, cheapest way to get on the boat, or cheapest way to get on the water will probably be a kayak or a John boat. And you really need to see where you're going to fish before you jump into a glass boat. We talk fiberglass, heavier boat. You're going to need a bigger motor. So if you have horsepower restrictions in your area, that could be a concern. But I would just get like a little kayak or a John boat and like I said, get on the water. So yeah, I've seen some of the classic. I didn't get to watch it all, but I did see some of it, yeah. Smashing thumbs up, that's right.
Yeah, for Beyblades.
Have you fished the Academy Sport brand of the square bill? I have not. I just ordered a Levante rod from Tackle Warehouse. Phantom, let us know how it is. I'm sure you'll do a little review on it. Jim, what is your opinion on the Hobie Pro Angler kayaks? Really, I don't have really opinion on any kayaks as I've never fished out of one. The ones that I've been in, I've rented down in Branson and did little kayak trips with, like, doing something like that. I've never fished out of them. I couldn't even tell you the brand that they were, so really no opinion on kayaks. I think if I were to buy a kayak, though, I think it would be a Hobie for sure.
I'm totally not ready.
Are you throwing umbrella rigs this spring? Recommend any brand? No, but I think Yum are the ones that I have, but I'm not a big Alabama rig guy, so I really couldn't tell you, man. I tell you what, you may want to check out Tactical Bassin. I know those guys throw those a lot. And every time I order from Baitcaster, one thing I do notice, they have a huge variety of Alabama rigs. All different wire combinations, and you name it, they have it. So that may be one you want to check out just because they have so many options for A-rigs. North Florida Fishing, what's up, dude? TJ, what's up, man? See, you have one of the girls behind you. I got 2 girls right here.
I'll be quiet.
Love the Biospawn new packaging. They just got it all my local gander. No more leaking packs of red bug. Yeah, that red bug does leak. I did notice that as well. Saw a kayak at Walmart the other day. It was very impressive, looking for around $400. Yeah, it's not bad to get on the water.
Impressive.
See, the thing is I'm 15 miles away from the best smallmouth spot, Lake St. Clair. So I would feel the most comfortable in a glass boat there. However, I'd probably more frequently fish ponds. So kayak. That is a tough call. You definitely would want a glass boat. Excuse me. The more I talk, the more my throat acts up. You definitely want. I think you would definitely want a glass boat on St. Clair, but I guess you do need a way out where you're going to be fishing more. That's kind of where I'm at as well. The lake that's closest to me, it's not a great lake really at all, but it's kind of really where I really got into bass fishing. I love the lake, even though it sucks, I love it, and it has a 50 horsepower restriction on it. So for that lake alone is why I will not go over 50 horsepower. Tell that 18-year-old dude to check out the Ultra Skiff 360. I just bought one and love it. I have a 29. All right.
18-year-old dude, buy that.
Wife is watching American Idol. I'm sticking with TJ81. I got the better deal. That's right, dude. Appreciate it, brother.
I watch Beyblade.
What's a good Dobbins crankbait rod? That Fury is a good one, and also the Champ. I haven't used. I think they have the Sierra. I haven't used that one, but the Champ 705 CB was a great rod. Now I do like the Okuma ones better. Reason being, they're just a little bit softer, and they're not as soft as a glass rod. If you want a Dobbins, if you want softer, you could go to the glass. I'm not a fan of the glass, and again, that's why I like the Okuma ones just a little bit better, just because they're just a tad softer than the Graphite Champ.
Any Beyblades?
No Beyblade questions, Mike. I'm sorry, bud.
Beyblade questions, come on.
Best frog rod. For me, I like a little bit shorter frog rod. And that's something I experimented a lot with. I've used a 711. I've used a 7.6. I've even used a 7.10. I use a 6.8. And I'm pretty comfortable with a 7-footer, heavy, moderate, fast action. That's what I'm using now.
That's incredible.
Hammer, yeah, I'll be doing some meg fishing this year. I'll be actually doing it some on Wednesday and hopefully getting the boat out on Friday. I was kind of scared for Defoe when Wheeler came to the weigh-in. I tell you, Wheeler, man, he's a stick, dude. I've been watching him for many, many years. Even back when before he was even on the pros, or in the pros, Joe Thomas was doing a show, and Jacob Wheeler was fishing with him. And, man, he was a stick back then. And he just keeps getting better and better. But, yeah, I really didn't think I was going to pull it off. But I'm sure glad he did. I mean, it kind of, him being a local, he deserves to win there.
What? There's a problem here.
Anybody asking about A-rigs? Check state laws on. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you in Illinois how many hooks you can have, either 3 or 5. I really have no idea. Love that you got a Ram Rebel. TJ just picked up the Express Classic that at least looks like a Rebel. That's cool, dude. I'll check that one out. Yeah, I love the Rebel, though. I didn't want any chrome. Wait, we're not focusing. Mike, we're not focusing, dude. Yeah, I didn't want any chrome. It's kind of one of the main reasons I went with the Rebel. And 2 really is the interior. I know some guys don't like the red interior, but you guys know I love black and red. That's the main thing that drew me to that truck is that red and black interior. Yeah, Matt and Tim, man, they got a great channel. What do I do for a job? My dad owns a mobile truck washing business, and I've been working with him since I was 13. He said the business probably going on, could be going on like 40 years almost, give or take.
Beyblade?
No problem, Tyler. Dylan, no info on the SLX. I just picked them up the other day. Haven't even opened them up yet, but I'll be reviewing those reels later on. Oh, it's 3 hooks in Illinois. All right, Rod. Appreciate it, buddy.
And hook.
What?
Hook, and hook. There's 3 hooks.
3 hooks. Why don't you go blow your nose?
Why don't you go buy me a
Wasn't Wheeler affiliated with Cast King? Does he really use them and like them? Wheeler was with Okuma, and now I believe he's with Duckett. Oh, that's awesome. My detail cars for being 15, I'm doing pretty good. Random Skills, what's up, dude? Do you peg your tungsten? If I have to. Normally, I'd rather not peg. But if I'm around brush and I need the bait to follow the weight through, then of course I'll peg it. But obviously I start not pegged just because, again, I'd rather them not, get that weight in their mouth. When it's pegged, there's a better chance that they will.
Oh.
I just got accepted to Ignima Rod's Pro Staff team. Have you used any of their rods? I have not. When are you hitting the water? Greg, I'll be out there Wednesday at the ponds, and Friday I'll be on my boat. Beyblades. I remember when I was into them. Legos were better, though.
Well, there's Lego Beyblades, so yeah, I agree.
Favorite chatterbait and trailer. Loving the shock blades, and it's got to be the plasma tail for my trailer. If I'm not using a plasma tail, it would be the Strike King blade minnow.
There's Lego Beyblades, so.
Older Baitcaster upgrade, bearings, or new reel. It really depends what you don't like about the Baitcaster. Bearings is going to obviously help on the cast, but that's all it's going to do. It's not going to make it really feel any smoother as far as reeling in and things like that. I mean, maybe a tad, but you would have to change around gears and things like that to make it feel better as far as that goes. But if you're just looking for a little bit, not much, a little bit more of casting distance and maybe the same distance but a little bit easier with those upgraded bearings, then you can do that. But it really depends what you're looking for. I've been using the SLX all week, and it's super easy to dial in. I use it on my spinnerbait, chatterbait ride, and I get very good casting distance. That's probably what I'm going to use that one for, Trevor. Just more moving baits. I got it at 6-speed. I figured usually that's what I get for majority of the reels I'm going to try out and review for you guys, just because I crank chatterbaits, spinnerbaits the most, and I figured that would be a good, obviously a good reel speed for me to do all that on and really give the reel a good workout to tell you guys how good it is. One last question. How do you like your bass tracker? I was thinking about getting one. I was getting the 170. Where'd that go? 170. I'm assuming 175 TXW or the 19-foot version. Love the tracker. I got a video. I think it was my last tour that I did. I talk about what I like and what I didn't like about the boat. The main thing I don't like about my tracker, which is fixed now, was the rod box. Really not nearly enough room in the back. And I would like to, if there was more room on the side of the console, that way you could lay rods down on the console side. But they may have fixed that in the newer ones. But like I said, I know the pedal's recessed now. The rod box has been redesigned and things like that. Overall, it's a great boat. Definitely a great starter boat. And the 19 version, I'm assuming you're talking about the 195, you're going to need to put a bigger motor on that one. So again, check horsepower restrictions depending where you're going. But yeah, overall, I got no complaints on the tracker. What are your kids' rod and reel setups? Yeah, just whatever I'm using. When I was fishing with them, I would just give him one of the rods. Because he can fish a Baitcaster pretty good. He was using spinning reel.
Who knows what my thing was?
Have you thrown the Picasso tungsten chalk blade? Yeah, Greg, I actually just ordered like 6 of those the other day. I got some in ½ ounce. Again, just depending on trailer. I talked about this before. Depending on trailer, if you're going to throw the like a 5-inch fluke, or what are the other ones? What are they called? I can't think of them now. I think it's a Boy Ducket bait. The fluke, a lot of guys use it for chatterbait trailers. Anyways, it's got a lot of mass to it. If you try and put that like on a 1/4 ounce and sometimes even a 3/8 ounce chatterbait, you're not going to get a whole lot of vibration out of them, and you're going to get a lot of roll out of them. So I wanted the ½ ounce to kind of combat that issue depending on my trailer. But yeah, I have used them, and I'm not saying you get a bunch more thump than the standard shock blades, but I think you get a little more. And again, it's just a smaller package, and it's got a bigger hook on it. I believe it's got a 6/0 hook on it, so that could come into play as well if you want a bigger trailer on there. But I just ordered like 6 of those in ½ ounce. Normally, again, I like 1/4 to 3/8 because I'm fishing shallow, but sometimes you need that heavier head weight to really balance out the whole system. Just bought my first Baitcaster reel, Abu Garcia Black Max 7-1 after brother recommended it. Could you recommend a rod for around $100 and what power and flex? You ought to look right now. Okuma's got the rods on sale right now at Tackle Warehouse. Yes, it's a sponsored product for me, but it's a killer rod. I mean, that's why I'm with them, because I like the rod so much. If you go back years, I raved on those rods before I even was with Okuma. It's a solid rod for the price, even better now that they're on sale. And you got 7-1. I use a 7-speed reel when I'm using the rod to work the bait. So Texas rig, jigs, frogs, things like that. So it really depends what you're wanting to do, Sean. But the EVX, they have a faster action to them. The TCS has a slower action to them. So again, it depends really what you want to do. Mr. Beyblade is out of here.
Oh, bye.
What would you throw to a finicky fish on a point that won't come off the bottom? Probably if you know he's there, if you know fish are there, and I'll do this in muddy water when I know a fish is there where a fish should be and I can't get bit, I'll just soak a worm, soak a shaky head, even a drop shot, something that you can, give action, but you're not actually moving it. See, dude? That you're not actually moving out of the strike zone, and you can do that with a shaky head to shake the slack in your line. Same thing with a drop shot. You can move it up and down with your leader. So I would soak a worm, shaky head, drop shot until you can get bit. Any idea on water temps is your area? Are you in the 50s yet? We were getting warm, but last week we took a cold hit. I'm going to say, Greg, if I had to guess, I'm going to say low 40s, probably 40, maybe 40, 42, something like that is going to be my guess. We do have a few nights coming up where it's going to be below freezing. But if I had to guess, I'd say, yeah, low 40s. Anyone tuning in, again, we do have a giveaway going on. Super Chat giveaway, 5-pack Fire Spawn lures. Anyone that donates is entered in the giveaway. When you fish top water, do you use the twitch pause, or do you use another cadence? I'd say usually. Sometimes I'll just do one twitch, but really just got to play around with it and let the fish tell you what they want. But typically, yeah, it's a double twitch pause, maybe just one. Or I might sometimes even a popper. Sometimes I'll pop it all the way to the boat. Again, you just got to play around with it and figure out what the bass want. But you really can't go wrong, though, with a twitch pause. I would imagine that tungsten chocolate makes a different sound. Yeah, it would be a different sound as well, Greg. That's a good point there. That's something, too, I always want to mention. And I always think about it after the fact when somebody asks me about lead and tungsten and things like that. There's always a different sound, and I always forget to mention that, so I'm glad you did, bud. That's something, too, that if you're on earlier, I was talking about the Excite square bills. I got some of those coming, and they have a tungsten rattle in them. So I was kind of hoping the same thing with that, a little bit different sound to maybe pick off a few finicky bass. Have you seen or tried the new Booyah Mealy chatterbait style bait? Just picked up a few. Blade is unique. I haven't, Dan. The newest one I'm going to try. There it is again. Hold on. The newest one I want to try out is from Strike King. What's called the Thunder Cricket. I've seen Cody Meyer put a video out about that today, and I really want to try that one out. Man, how do I get on pro staff for rod and reel companies? I don't fish tournaments anymore. I might join my college team. Ron, you got to be able to offer the company something. If you're not fishing tournaments, if you don't have a YouTube channel or whatever it may be, I mean, that's what I do. I mean, obviously I'm offering the companies I work with exposure on my channel. So you have to be able to offer them something to make it worth their while. So I would start fishing the tournaments, get whatever gear that you want to use, start using it, and then maybe approach that company and say, hey, I've been using your gear for so long. I love it, blah, blah, blah. I'm fishing these tournaments. I'm doing this well, and go from there. Any good fish scale recommendations? I like the Boga grips. Those are kind of pricey. They're not digital, but that's a good scale. I keep that one on the boat all the time for a backup. Connect scale, I use those as well. Those are great. I think Rapala. I think when Gene was here, he had a little Rapala scale. It was digital, and I think those are pretty good as well. I think he liked that one. Hey, Jim, what is your thoughts on the Martin jig rod versus the Frog swimbait rod? Okay, Frog swimbait rod, 7.3, a little bit longer, faster action to it. The jig rod is shorter, 7 foot, both heavy powers, but it's got a softer action to it. Both great rods. The heavy, I'll just tell you what I use them for. The 7 foot heavy moderate, I love that rod for throwing braid swim jigs. Love it for frogs, Texas rigs jigs. The 7.3 It's a good all-around rod as well. I love it for throwing Kayaks, swim baits, things of that nature. It's a good spinnerbait rod. I've used that rod for Texas rigs and jigs as well. It's a toss-up. Really depends what you want to do. I probably love those rods equally just because I do different things on them. I probably use the 7-foot heavy more. I love tossing a swim jig. That's all I can say, bud. It just really depends what you want to do. They're both pretty versatile. That's my thoughts on those. Again, I love them both. You can't really go wrong with either one depending what you want to do. I do have a separate review though on the 7.3 buddy if you want to check that out. It really is a good all-around rod. And I think it has a 2-ounce tip on it, but it loads, maybe it's 1.5 ounces. It could have 1.5 ounce tip on it. But I think I even said in that video, I was throwing a little Kayak with a little 1/8 ounce weight. And even that lighter weight, I mean, I could launch that bait on that rod. So it loads up really nice for being a heavy power 7.3. So again, this really depends what you're looking at. What's your favorite bait to flip? I like probably either a beaver bait or a hog. What line do you recommend for a frog rod? Sorry, joining. Oh, no problem, Bill. Line, frog rod, I use 50-pound braid. I've never probably used anything lighter for frogs, and I've never used anything heavier. DJ, will you talk about your swim jig for dirty water again? Probably got. I use the. I got a hat full of them here. I think I got a bunch of them opened up though. That's the main one I use there. Picasso swim jig. Pretty heavy gauge wire hook on there. And two, I did a video years ago. I like my weed guard to be right at the barb, right behind the barb. And these come that short, so there's no need to cut these. At least for my liking, they're right where they need to be. But normally I'll trim up the skirt depending where the action is with my trailer. I'll run a swim bait, like an Exo Swim. What else do I put on there? Rage Menace. I love those on there. Again, I just cut the skirt short enough where it doesn't interfere with the action. But again, nothing fancy. Picasso swim jig. Like I said, beefy hook. I'll run 70-pound test fluorocarbon, 50-pound braid. Weed guard's good. Put your trailer on. That's pretty much it. Sometimes I'll add a rattle to it, but that's it. Do you know of any castable thermometers for bank fishing? Doug, I don't offhand, but I'm sure, I'd imagine they're out there, bud. Just got an Excite square bill in my mystery tackle box. There you go, dude. Yeah, I'm pumped to get those in. Just spooled up fluorocarbon line for the first time ever. Does that need to be covered when not being used? Normally, if I have my rods on the deck of my boat, I leave my reel covers on the reels until I know I want to use them. Then I take it off, just because you don't want the sun, sun beating down on your reels. But if you're all spooled up and ready to go, I highly recommend KVD line and lure or any line conditioner. But it does help take the memory out. I mean, it almost turns the line to almost like silk, makes it really limp, much more manageable once it's conditioned. If you're all spooled up, just rotate the spool a little bit, make sure you get it all wet, let it dry, and you're good to go. Any tips for fishing high pressured clear water? I don't have much experience at all with clear water, high pressure clear water. My first thought is to finesse fish, soak a worm, something like that. But I know a lot of guys, even though it's pressured, they'll go big. So, I mean, you can try one or the other, throwing a bigger bait or soaking a worm, something like that. But my first thought would be finesse against soaking a worm, shaky head, drop shot, something like that. Jason, hey, Jim, how are you, buddy? Hope you and the family are... Oh, how are you and the family? Jason, we're doing good, buddy. Hope you and your family are doing good as well. Had the day off today with the family. Went to church. Pressure washed the patio. Just getting things ready for spring. So we're all doing good. Appreciate you asking, bud. SS Bass and TV. I appreciate the $2, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Anyone that donates and super chat, I got a giveaway for you guys. We got 5 packs of Biospawn lures. And anyone that donates, when the video is done, it's being processed, Make sure you look back in the comments because that's where I'll have the winner. You got to reply to me so I can get your shipping info. Thanks for the recommendations. Texas rigs, square bills, creature, etc. Just getting into bass fishing after moving to from where grew up fly fishing, trout. Started out with medium fast spinner. Okay, no problem, Sean. Why do people say to use mono over fluoro for the first time? Baitcaster users. Mono is a little more forgiving than fluorocarbon, but I would say the main reason would be if you do backlash and you got to cut the line out, mono is much cheaper to replace than fluorocarbon. But fluorocarbon's got a little more memory to it, so again, mono is a little more manageable, but again, it's cheaper if you got to get out the scissors. What is the giveaway? I do the giveaway every Sunday. I got 5 packs of Biospawn baits here. Anyone that donates in the super chat is entered in the giveaway. So right now we got $68 in the giveaway or in the super chat. So there could be maybe a dozen people or so, maybe 15 people. So those 15 people will go in a little random comment picker. And like I said, I'll pick the winner once the video is over. So usually 10 minutes or so after that I shut down the live stream, the video will be processed, and then I'll put the winner in the comments. But if you just donate in super chat, you're entered in the giveaway. Let's see here, man. Let's see. Jack Fishing, what's going on, dude? Two-piece, man. Any companies that are worth their salt making two-piece rods? I know single piece is better and more sensitive. Question stands, please. I really don't have any experience at all with two-piece rods, so I can't say. If any of you guys on here have used two-piece rods, go ahead and let me know here in the comments. What is your opinion on flipping wood with braid? Also, what is your favorite bed fishing bait? I don't bed fish just because I can't see the beds. I fish muddy water, so bed fishing really is out for me. I'll crank banks with square bill, spinnerbait, things like that. If I find a spawner on that stretch, I'll slow down with a beaver type bait, something like that, and pitch the entire bank. Hopefully, I can find another spawner, but normally I crank to find them first. But no, braid around wood, I think it's terrible. I won't flip wood with braid. That's when I use fluorocarbon. I only like braid around grass, swim jigs, and frog. That's really the only time that I use braid. With braid, if you pitch in some brush, if it wraps, you pull on it, it just digs into the wood. You got to go in there and get it. So yeah, I never really pitch braid around wood. This guy on here, did you show the DC and SLS yet? I never even opened them up, buddy. They're still sealed in the boxes. I'll probably do a video, showing them and all that, but I haven't even opened them up. I just want you guys to know that I did pick them up because you guys wanted me to review those reels. So I do have them, and I'll be using them this season. I'm out. Hope you and the fam have a great weekend. You too, Greg. Appreciate it, buddy. Is line conditioner necessary for braid or just mono and fluorocarbon? I think it quiets the braid down a little bit, but really I never even condition the braid, mainly just mono and fluorocarbon. How do I convince my girlfriend to like fishing? She'd rather tan than drop a line. When I first took my boys fishing, I let it be what they wanted it to be. So when we went to the park, let's just say, and fish, they knew we were going on a fishing trip, which I guess they kind of related that to going to the park and playing, but they may have fished for 5 minutes, then they end up playing on the park grounds and all that for the rest of the time. And they said, "Oh man, Dad, it was a great fishing trip," or whatever. So, I would let your girlfriend do what she wants to do. And to her, that's a fishing trip. If she wants to tan, maybe she'll pick up a rod one day. But as long as she's going with you, I'd say you're good. Again, if you try and force it on her, just like if I were to try and force it on the kids, even though they don't like fishing anymore, if I would have forced it on them back then, they never would have liked it. So I just let it be where they want it to be. And like I said, they did fish for some time. They did like it. Now they don't. But again, it is what it is. Man, appreciate $2, buddy. Temperatures are warming. Hope you're doing well. All good here, bud. Can't wait to get on the water. going to the ponds Wednesday, and I'll be out on the boat on Friday, hopefully. Do you change your floral line every season, or with the line conditioner, do you get longer life like braid? Normally I'll spool up. Like I haven't spooled yet. I'll probably spool in a week or so. And what I'll do is when I spool up, I'll use that line all year, and then I'll use it for the first month or so the following season. When I know the cold weather is gone for sure, then I'll spool up new fluorocarbon. So normally I just use it for the entire season, and then the first month or so, like I said, of the next season, then I swap it out. Just got a St. Croix rod. Do you use any? No, I've never used St. Croix. Take that back. I used the Mojo Bass rod years ago. Those are pretty good. But other than that, I haven't used any. Arc fishing rods, 2-piece. I use 2-piece rods. The technology has advanced so much that there's very little difference in sense of strength and sensitivity. Okay. Can you get the new CT SV and review it? I don't know. That's a $700 reel. I'd love to get one, but for me to spend that much money on a reel, it'd have to be really what I was looking for in a reel. I believe it's a 70 size. That's kind of a light line, more finesse type reel. So probably not, just because. And I actually did think about it, just because it is an awesome looking reel. I imagine it's awesome in every way, but being it's got such a small spool in it, I probably won't pick that particular one up. I got a split. Thanks for the info. I'll be here next week. Appreciate it, Mez. See you next week, buddy. Letter 10, while you go fish, eye candy plus fish. There you go, dude. Will this be the year we actually meet up in Branson? Yeah. I was actually just talking to my wife the other day. If we're going to Branson this year, we definitely are going for a few days. So it's possibly we can meet up this year, dude. Are you still working at the, I think for a while, weren't you doing something with kayaks? Maybe we'll rent a kayak from you this year. Thanks, Jim was asking for bank fishing, carrying multiple rods off a pack, 2-piece is just easier. No problem, bud. I'm a big swim bait fisherman. Just curious what rod you're going to throw your S-wavers on. Right now, I'm just going to throw them on the Frog swim bait rod, which has, I believe it has a 2-ounce tip on it. So it'll handle the S-wavers. That's what I'm going to start out with. See how I do with them, and just go from there. Nick, appreciate the $3, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Enjoying the show. Thanks for tuning in, man. St. Croix Triumph, not made anymore, but still available. Great $100 rod. How do you feel about the Googans? I kind of think their content is forced now. I watched all of them for years, but none of them seem the same but John. Yeah, John's always stayed pretty true to what he does and all that. It is what it is. I think the guy that I used to like the most, and two, don't think I'm ripping on any of these guys because I'm not, but Lake Fort guy, if you go back to his old school videos, man, he used to teach a lot. I mean, I learned a lot from him. I mean, his videos back in the day were straight to the point, learning. They were killer videos. I mean, now I think he like changes his voice like 10 times, like, you know, during the video. I mean, everything is just totally different. And I don't know if that's to keep your attention longer for the video or whatever the case may be. I don't know what those guys have figured out, why they do the videos the way they do or whatever. It's working for them, obviously, so more power to them. But yeah, they did change a little bit to maybe make more videos or get more views or whatever the case may be. Again, I'm not knocking them if that's what's working for them, whatever. I'm not going to start, you know, making my voice go up and down and change everything just to get more views and keep you guys more tuned into my videos. If you don't like my voice, whatever the case may be, then it is what it is, you know. Okay, White River Kayaks and Outdoors. Okay, I'll rewatch the video so I'll remember this. White River Kayaks and Outdoors. All right, dude. Hopefully we can hit you up this year. What is your all-time favorite rod and reel combo? Any price range? Man, that's a tough one. I enjoy cranking the most, so I'm going to go with the Okuma cranking rods just because I do like them that much. The most expensive cranking rod I used other than that was the was the Champ, but I like the Okuma because it's a tad softer. So I'm going to go with that. As far as reel goes, probably the nicest feeling reel that I've used, which I still have, is an SV103. I think it could have been over $300 for that reel. But that particular reel, I think I have in a 7.9. So I think if I would have that reel in a 6-speed, that reel on a cranking rod, that reel is a little bit heavier though, but I'd probably go with that combo as far as one of the nicest feeling combos. I mean, that old school Zillion, pretty much what it is, that 103. I mean, it was a killer reel. But yeah, that one just discontinued. Make sure that Okuma rod has a little softer tip because fish will shake them off if they are not pinned well. Figure I would give you a tip because of all the great tips you give us. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, Mason. It is it's a faster action on that rod, but to me it's not a true fast. It's a little bit softer, even though it's rated fast. I don't believe it's a true fast rod. But yeah, I do appreciate the tip, buddy. And if I start catching fish on the S-Wavers, I probably will go to a different rod with a truer, softer action to it. But thanks for the tip. The voice changes drive me nuts. Have thought about unsubscribing just because of that. Yeah, that's one of the first things that I noticed that they started doing differently, and it is pretty annoying. And I don't know why they do it, but I think Lake Fork guy, out of all the guys, I think he really changed drastically if you go back and watch his old school videos. Again, I ain't ripping on them guys. I'm just, it is what it is. Would you recommend the Whopper Plopper? Yeah, it's great bait, catches fish. I haven't caught a ton on it. Normally, if I'm throwing top water frogs, it's hard to get me off the rage toad. I love throwing a rage toad. Used to love watching Lake Fork guy to learn stuff about. Doesn't seem very educational. Just, we got to think about it. I mean, that's why it's hard for me to get out a lot of content. If you're going to do daily videos or every other day, that's the only way you're going to grow on YouTube is more videos. And if you're going to do daily videos or like I said, or more videos, you have to do what they're doing, fishing trips and things like that, just because there's no way you could do that many educational fishing videos and keep a channel growing for years. I'm sure it's I don't know for sure, but I'd imagine that's kind of what's going on with Fluke Master. He's already done all those types of videos. And if you're going to stick to just doing educational stuff, it's hard to constantly come up with new things. That's why I'm doing a lot of the reel reviews and things like that. Yeah, it's cost me a lot of money to get all these reels and do this, but it's going to give me more content to help myself grow. But that's how I'm going to grow, just review more gear and things like that. But I'm not going to be doing, the type of stuff that they're doing. I prefer Daiwa 2-piece rods, great sensitivity, high strength, but I read the St. Croix 2-piece rods are better. So there's a lot of options out there then for the guys looking for a 2-piece. Never used McCain rods. Going fancy with a button down tonight. I say it's still a Sims though, What size line do you commonly use with chatterbaits? I'm gonna say 15-pound fluorocarbon, 12 to 15, 15 probably being what I use the most. Yo, how's everyone doing tonight? Going to be bluegill fishing tomorrow. Good luck, buddy. Rob Parkers. Got to run. Thanks for another great stream. No problem, James. Is DC cheating or actually feasible? I've had learning non-DC recommendations to the way before. Wait. I've had learning non-DC recommendations to me way before going DC. Thoughts? I haven't used it yet. Neither one of these reels are opened yet. I don't think it's cheating. I mean, if anything helps you out on the water, it's great, I think you still have, from what I've found, from what I've heard, I think you still have to dial it in a little bit, but maybe adjust more on the fly. Again, this is my first time using Shimano Baitcasters. I don't really know anything about them. But I thought guys say you still have to adjust them, and then it adjusts kind of on its own. Again, I really don't even know. I could be totally wrong on that. I have no clue. But I thought that's what I heard. But I will find out on the water here soon. But I wouldn't call it cheating if that's what you're asking. What is mono good for outside of top water? I use it to adjust the depth of my crankbaits. So Normally it's based on this, and this was years, probably 15 years ago. I was talking to some guys about this. Actually, it was at Bass Pro. I was at the reel counter just hanging out, and we all started talking about this. And it's based on like 12-pound test. Okay, let's say you get a good long cast, you get your max depth on 12-pound test mono, but you want to keep your bait even shallower. Every 2 pound you go up. So if you go from 12 to 14, you're going to lose a foot of depth. So you got to think, if you go from 12 to 20, you can now get that bait. Let's say you were hitting 10 foot. Now you're probably going to hit 6 or 7. So you can actually get more out of your crankbaits by adjusting your depth with line. So that's pretty much what I use mono for. Even with square bills, sometimes I'll crank with 20-pound mono, but you have to make sure the mono has a bigger diameter to it. It has a lot to do with it being floating line, but you also have to look at the diameter. And when I bought the Seaguar Cinchi, I started using that for cranking as well, but then I realized that diameter is actually much smaller compared to most. That's why I went back to cranking with Suffolk Siege, as the diameter was much bigger, and it would keep my crankbaits up even shallower. But that's something I use mono a lot for, other than top water, is to adjust the depth of my crankbaits. And again, you can just get more out of your crankbaits using heavier line, getting them to dive shallower, or lighter line. Again, they can dive even deeper. I just stopped watching all of them except John. I sometimes view his videos. What's going on, Jay? Tack Room's coming along. Haven't done anything else here recently. I'm just getting everything kind of ready outside here for spring. Tomorrow I'm off, going to rig up some rods. I think I might try and do a slam on Wednesday, and then I'll take the boat out on Friday. And I think probably the next week I'll really start spooling everything up and getting things loaded up, and the fishing should start turning on here really soon. But I always check back on my Instagram to see when the fishing really gets good on the lakes that I fish from my boat. They're pretty tough fish, the lakes that I fish, muddy water, and I think it was the first week of May before I caught my first fish off my boat last year. I did a lot of pond fishing last year before I started taking the boat out, and then Fluke Master came and I went with him. And then after that, I started taking my boat out on more of a regular basis. But the lakes that I fish they're just not that great. And being so muddy and all that, they're getting more and more pressure. I never really rush out to fish them. And if I do catch a fish this Friday on one of the lakes that I'm going to on my boat, it'll probably be the earliest I've ever caught a fish from my boat on that particular lake. Let's see here. If you have some success with those S-Wavers, move up to Megabass ice slides. Okay, I'll check those out. I think LFG started changing into a character when he started hanging with Outlaw. Yeah, I can believe that. My day off. I do a video every time I get a day off. A lot of people have to work a real job so we can do videos when we can. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. I have a full-time job. That's why a lot of the videos I put out, they might just be something simple that I'm doing in the tackle room that I thought you guys might enjoy. But to stay relevant on YouTube, you have to be consistent. You have to stick to a schedule. I try and do 2 videos a week with a live stream. Sometimes I'll get out 1 with a live stream. But the second you stop putting out videos, the second you stop getting pushed, which I don't believe I'm getting pushed that much the way it is. But that's, I think, the biggest key with YouTube is pump out as many videos as possible and stay consistent. Spinnerbaits or chatterbaits year-round? Year-round, I'd probably go with spinnerbaits. I like a chatterbait when the water's a little bit colder. But spinnerbaits, you can normally catch them definitely spring, summer, and fall. Obviously, winter is not going to be the best if you're on a power plant lake. But chatterbaits, again, I normally throw the most early spring and fall. So a spinnerbait for me, I would go with year-round. I live in Illinois. What lake you fishing? I don't ever say what lakes I fish public, buddy. And not that I'm just trying to keep people off it. But in a way, I kind of am, just because I know some guys that do the YouTube thing when blurt out what lakes they fish. Then I see other local guys getting upset just because those lakes are now overpressured. So I'm trying to watch out for everyone that fishes that lake as well. I don't want it to get crowded, so that's why I never really say where I fish. And even if somebody knows, like if I post a picture on Facebook and somebody says where it is, I'll erase the comment just because, again, I'm trying to keep pressure off the lakes. Because, I mean, like I said, they suck the way it is. We don't need any added pressure on them. And one of the lakes that I fish, there's an FLW pro. He lives on the lake, and he's constantly posting stuff on his page, which I'm sure that's another reason the lake keeps getting more and more pressure. And, yeah, so. What loose reels do you have used, and which ones do you recommend? I've only used the Custom Pro, both excellent reels. BB1 Pro, the TI. I think, yeah, those are two I'm going to review this year. I picked those up as well. But the Custom Pro, the only two that I've actually used, and I got nothing bad to say about them. Great reels. Don't know if Lick Fork guy changed more after joining Google Squad or after learning about his brain tumor. Yeah, could have been around the same time. Oh, I got my son on here. 8:45. What time is it? Is that late already? My son said dinner. Looks like food's done up there. Subbing all you guys that fish. We'll answer a couple more questions here. And since dinner is done here, I better get off. Have you ever came across a fluorocarbon between 17-pound test and 20-pound test? I like that. When I'm flipping 17, just isn't enough. Sometimes a 20-pound is too much. Other circumstances. You may want to check Sunline. Sometimes they have, like, I think Sunline might have a 16. So they're probably not going to have an 18. Yeah, probably 16 and a 20. So I'll be honest, I don't know. That's a good question. But what you should do, actually, on that particular one, what you should do is not look at the pound test. And what you could do is look at the line diameter. Usually, obviously, a bigger diameter line could have a little more strength to it. I've seen your comment, dude. Oh. I'll get off here in just 2 minutes. But yeah, you may want to look at the diameter of the line versus pound test. Maybe you can find something there in the middle, heavy, medium, and all that. What's your jig rod for 3/4 ounce football jigs? What do I use for that? I don't even throw 3/4. Half, I think, is all I throw. Just because, again, I'm fishing shallow. And I'll throw the football jigs I use, a little bit lighter wire hook on them. So I just use a 7'2" medium heavy. TJ, that Okuma should be a perfect action if it has a 2-ounce tip, because if it's too moderate, they will wear you out casting. I believe it's 2. It could be 1.5, but I believe it does have a 2-ounce tip on it. So, but yeah, I'll definitely start out with that rod, see how it goes, and hopefully it works. If not, again, I'll get a softer rod. Oh, you got the Thunder Crickets? Yeah, I was talking about those earlier in the stream, and I think Tackle Warehouse was about out of them. And I'm kind of working with TackleFreaks right now, so I was going to pick them up from them. I do have an affiliate link that I keep down in the description. If you guys want to support the channel, you guys can go through that link and order up some baits if you choose to. But I was hoping they would have had them in stock already, and they don't, or I was going to order some last night. Your review videos are educational. Appreciate that, Nick. You should do a Walmart cheapest lure challenge. Your max you can spend is $100, not including tax. I think those Walmart challenges and all those type of challenges really are just, I think they're overdone. And I personally don't want to see any more of them. And I'm sure most of you guys don't either. So, you ever fell in the water? I have not. I have a video where Phantom Fishing did, though. Oh, Sunline does make 18? Okay. There you go. Oh, wait. Sunline has 16 and 20, no 18. They make 18 in Sniper. A few guys are saying 18, so you just have to look. Yeah, old high angle, I think I'm going to get off here. Time for dinner. We've been doing this an hour and 40 minutes. Normally, I like to answer everything possible. Oh, I think we're caught up. That is just perfect. So, great live stream, bud. Appreciate that, Adam. Another guy says 18 in Sniper, so there you go. Well, guys, I do appreciate you guys tuning in. I always enjoy these live streams. Hope you guys do as well. And if you guys did donate, I do appreciate that. Make sure you look back once the video is processed, and I will have the winner down in the comments. You guys are awesome, and I will see you guys next Sunday. Thanks, guys.